Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Alex Carter. After spending years deep in modern hospitality operations, I'm just so thrilled to be your guide on this learning journey with Europe Hotel School. This whole session is really designed for ambitious students and pros, basically people like you, who are ready to get a real handle on the skills you need in today's hotel world. It's constantly changing, right? So let's jump right in and start building your future in this amazing industry. All right, here's our game plan. First, we're going to get to the heart of what internal controls are all about. Then, we'll talk about why hospitality is, well, different. After that, we'll unpack the three-layered control system, see how it protects everything in a hotel, and wrap up by looking at how these controls can actually be a secret weapon for strategy. Okay, Section 1. I want you to picture something. Think of internal controls as the actual backbone of hotel management. Seriously, it's that essential structure that holds every single part of the operation up, keeping it strong and stable. So here's the textbook definition, but let's break it down. An internal control system, it's not just a dusty rulebook. It's an active, ongoing process. And its whole purpose is to give what we call reasonable assurance. Now, that's not a 100% guarantee. Nothing is, but it's a really high level of confidence that the hotel is actually going to achieve what it sets out to do. So what are these big goals we're talking about? Well, they really boil down to three key things. First, making sure the day-to-day operations are effective and efficient, running like a Swiss watch. Second, that the financial reports, that they're absolutely reliable, no questions asked. And third, making sure the hotel is playing by all the rules, all the laws, all the policies, all the time. Now, this is super important. A lot of people hear controls and they think bureaucracy, red tape, but that's not it at all. It's actually the opposite. Think of it as a framework for excellence. It's what gives you consistency, transparency, and accountability across the board. Okay, so that's the theory, but let's bring it into our world. Because the hotel business, it's a whole different ballgame. The challenges, the pace, the sheer complexity, it's unique. Just look at this list. A hotel it's a constant storm of activity, right? You've got tons of transactions every single day. Cash is always moving. Staff are coming and going. And you're not just running one business, you're running a restaurant, maybe a spa, events, all under one roof. Plus, your prices are changing all the time. It's this beautiful, organized chaos that makes having strong controls absolutely non-negotiable. And look, your own school, Europe Hotel School London, says it perfectly right here. This stuff isn't just for the finance nerds in the back office. No way. Whether you're at the front desk, in sales, or on your way to being a GM, really getting internal controls is a core skill you have to have. All right, that brings us to Section 3. So how do we actually build this system? Well, a really solid control framework is built on three layers that all work together. The first two layers are kind of like a 1-2 punch. You've got preventative controls. Think of these as the lock on the door. They're designed to stop a problem before it can even start. Then you have detective controls. These are like the security alarm. They go off to tell you a problem has already happened, so you can deal with it fast. So, what does a preventative control look like in real life? Perfect example, requiring a manager's okay for any guest refund. That stops a potential bad discount right in its tracks. Or, locking down who can get into the property management system. It's all about putting up those guardrails beforehand. And, on the flip side, the detective control. Let's say you run your daily revenue report and, whoops, it doesn't match the cash in the drawer. That report is your detective control. It didn't stop the mistake, but it sure found it quickly. Same thing with doing a physical count of your linen or your minibar stock. It tells you if something's off. Okay, but finding a problem, that's only step one, right? That's where the third layer, corrective controls, is so crucial. This isn't just about fixing the mistake. It's about stepping back and asking, okay, why did this happen? And how can we change our system so it never, ever happens again? This is where you get real lasting improvement. Let's move into Section 4. When you hear the word assets, you probably think about cash or inventory or equipment, right? The physical stuff. But honestly, in a hotel today, your most valuable assets might be completely invisible. Yeah, this table lays it out really well. On one hand, you have your tangible assets. That's the easy stuff to picture. Cash, food and beverage, all the equipment. But then look at the other side. Intangible assets. We're talking about your brand's reputation, your guests' private data. That kind of stuff is priceless. And let me be really clear about this. A single data breach, just one, because your access controls were weak,
That can absolutely destroy a hotel's reputation. I mean, overnight. In the world we live in now, that kind of damage can be way worse than someone stealing a few bottles from the storeroom. It's just that simple. Okay, this brings us to our last section, and it's a big one. We've talked a lot about how controls protect the business, but their real power, it's in how they help it grow. This is where we stop thinking about controls as just a chore and start seeing them as a powerful tool for leaders. Think about it like a chain reaction. If your controls are shaky, then your data is shaky. And if your data is unreliable, well, how can you possibly make smart decisions? You're just guessing. You're trying to make big calls on pricing or staffing based on assumptions, not facts. It's like trying to fly a plane with a blindfold on. And this quote right here just nails it. A great control system isn't about holding you back. It's about enabling you. It's what creates professionalism. It builds trust with everyone, your team, your managers, your owners. And that is the solid foundation you need for real, sustainable growth. So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a question to really think about as you move forward in your own careers. How will you, personally, build a culture where integrity and accountability are just part of the DNA? Because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. It's not just a checklist. It's the bedrock of a great organization. And if you can champion that, you won't just be a manager. You'll be a true leader. Thanks so much for your time today. I wish you the very best.